Hey guys, welcome back to Wincode Nito. My name is Gautam and today we're going to learn more about arrays in JavaScript. Let's get started. From today, I am going to use Visual Studio Code to write my JS code. Here I have a basic setup for web development with 3 files, index or HTML, which contains all the HTML stuff which will be rendered in the web page, styles.css, which will be used to style the HTML, and script.js is where we'll be writing all of our JS code. I already have one line written over here, console.log arrays in JavaScript, which will log this string arrays.javascript to the console over here. I get this window by right clicking on the web page and saying inspect and clicking on console over here. The shortcut key is just simply Ctrl Shift and I, and I will automatically get the console over here. We know how to pass variables to a function and perform operations on them. Now we'll do the same thing with arrays. I'm going to declare an array here, const shows, and give it an array which has 3 strings, Breaking Bad, Suits, and Peaky Blinders. Now I'm going to write a function declaration, whose function name is changeArray. Give it a parameter list of ARR, and then what I want this function to do when it's called is I want it to change the third element in the array. Instead of Peaky Blinders, I want it to say Game of Thrones. Okay. So now I have the function written over there, and now I'm going to console.log the old value of the function shows, the arrays. Then I'm going to call the function changeArr, pass in our array shows, and then console.log the new value of shows once again. Let me just comment this welcome log console.log. So now when I just save this file, since this project is running on a live server on the local host, when I save this, the changes automatically reflect on the console. So let's save and see what happens. So now our old array is an array of 3 elements: Breaking Bad, Suits, and Peaky Blinders. And we can also see the index of each value over here. Breaking Bad has an index value of 1. Suits Breaking Bad has an index value of 0. Suits has 1, and Game of Thrones has 2. So now next, after this is done, we are calling the changeArr and passing the shows variable to it, and then we know what happens over here. Instead of Peaky Blinders, we'll have Game of Thrones in the code, and then again when we log the new value of shows to the console, we get Breaking Bad, Suits, and Game of Thrones instead of Peaky Blinders. That means this function works correctly. Notice how that despite we change the array by passing on the ARR variable, even the global array shows got changed. Because of this console.log statement, we can see that the global variable shows, and this variable are not the same. So that means when we pass arrays to a function, the changes are reflected even in the global array. Let's have one more function over here below changeArr, and say function. Let's say an arrow function this time. Const removeElement. Give it a parameter list of ARR once again. Point to the body method. Point to the body of the function. Sorry. And what I want this function to do when it's called is simply remove the last element, which pop will do, which we learned from previous videos. Now again, we have the old array, which is logged to the console over here. But I'm going to console.log it anyway. Console.log shows. Okay, and this console.log before remove element function, and I'm going to come over here and say console.log before changeArr function. That means these statements are executed before the changeArr function, and the below statements over here are executed after the removeElement function is called. So after call the function now, the removeElement, and pass in our original string shows, and again console.log our new value of shows. Now let's save this file and see what happens. We have 4 arrays. which is called these two arrays is the shows array before the changeArr function, and then these two arrays are the arrays after the removeElement function is called. We know what happens for the changeArr function. Now let's see what happens when I call the removeElement function. We have our new array, this array over here after this function is called. That means our last element is Game of Thrones. But now I have called removeElement, which just pops the last element from the shows array. That means it will pop Game of Thrones and remove it from the array. That means our final array shows will have only two elements, Breaking Bad and Suits. So today we learned that we can pass arrays to functions just like variables and perform operations on them, which will be seen throughout our code. So guys, that was it for this video. If you liked it, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. It really help us out a lot, and thank you for watching.